Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Oakland Raiders. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, 8, read.
Check 55 to Mike. Check back.
Blue draw, Corker.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Bush. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on second down. Snow. That's caught by Jackson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Switch.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
All right, T, let's
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
6-6, pull it high.
Heavy, what you got, Heavy? Give me some.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Bringing up third and 12.
Come on, set. 18, Gator.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A Raider first down, 17 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Kill. Alert 3.
X3, 218, chop, go.
On second down, this is Jackson. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. A give the first man through Gillespie of the fullback. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go, D.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he'll find Hall. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
50 seconds to mine. You can't block me. You can't block me.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Chris Herndon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Looking to throw on second down. Snow over the middle. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run on first down with Jackson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On the run, this is Jackson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down. Snow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Hey. General West.
They'll run on first down. Bush. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like, you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Ready? 18 Gator. Yes.
Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
Right there in the middle. 55.
Operating from the gun. Snow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Off the play fake. Snow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw him on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts. Understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got him.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
54 Mike. Watch the pass. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jackson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
On third down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Here's Jackson to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Looking to throw. Snow. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play. There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes. Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Snow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Snow going for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. Spotted at the left hash. This from 45. And this one is right down the middle. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe. Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range. Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Go, go, go.
To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This time, Jackson will throw it. He's going to look deep for more. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. The final shot before break. Snow, he's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'm guaranteeing he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 42-yard line.
Wait, 50 seconds to Mike.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Nice 57 seconds, Mike.
On second and 12, Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Under 10, 10.
Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
A give. This is Bush. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
On the double. Blue draw Corker. Right. Crunch. Smooth.
Check safety.
Operating from the gun. Snow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Deontay Burnett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. Now Jackson. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. To throw again is Jackson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from... And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Well, clearly that was a design play. I just don't know that it was the right design. I mean, your holder to have him pick it up and kind of be the power guy trying to run through the middle. Everything has to go right for that to work.
You mean you weren't relying on just great blocking to get him through? You kind of think maybe he can help make his own way if he's an actual running back instead of the holder? Yeah, I thought the same thing.
And he powers his way up past the 30. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Brings up second and 5.
Hey,
At the
high
30
seven.
yard line.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Here we go. Let's go.
To throw on second down. Snow eluding the pressure right. He's going to... It got his man complete. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Bush on the toss. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second down, it's Jackson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. And he's got it, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derrick Henry. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, but it's going to be second down.
Second and 11 at the 22-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary. He'll
get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Mike, check, 59. Hey, I'm coming.
On third down, Snow. It's caught by Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, it's Bush. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd down now, it's Jackson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. Snow. He's got it at the 15. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 31, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Raiders pick it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2nd and 11. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Right there in the middle. 55.
Go.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Hey, Haywood.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down. Snow. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Panther 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And they take a knee. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. They'll hand it off to Bush. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
This is taken around the 12. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Raiders, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in